Hey everybody, if you are watching this, then it means you have come to a little pet project I think I'm going to be trying to do uh, called a little book club that I'm going to be running. We can only meet each other in person with book clubs because COVID and everyone, staying at home and not gathering in huge groups for the moment. Plus also book clubs sort of turn into like wine clubs in my experience. So I found that I read a lot. I think in 2019 I read 25 books. In 2020 it was like 15. In 2021 it was, I don't know, 20 something. I read almost like a book every week or two. Um, and with all the knowledge and the insight and just the sheer amount of stuff that I'm consuming, I thought, I could definitely put some things out there and maybe encourage some other people who want to start reading a bit more but have had a hard time starting. Because I know when I was young, I didn't read anything. I couldn't stand reading. It was really hard, actually. It's still hard to read a book. I cheat. I listen to it on Audible, which is like listening to the book from the book that's narrated from the author. Because if I read, I'm semi dyslexic, so trying to read fast and efficient is really tough. But man, like when I was a kid, trying to read textbooks and courses, I mean, even into high school, like anything scientific and writing like an essay, like those were so hard. They were just so not my strength. University was even more challenging because you just had such longer essays and more books to review and read and absorb and then spit out on some test. And that was not me. The only stuff I did well at in university was music and courses that let you do presentations because I could get up there and I could prepare something and speak. And that I felt comfortable doing. Um, but I always wanted to read. My dad's a big reader, my brother's a big reader, and they read so fast. I always felt, like I wasn't good enough because I couldn't do that. And I don't know what happened, like 2015, 2016, something changed, and all of a sudden I said, I don't have to believe that anymore. I don't have to believe that I can't read quickly or I can't absorb the information that I'm just not like good enough to be able to do that. It's getting a little more deeper than I expected on this first video, but it's sort of like an introduction to why I did this. And it's mainly like at that time, about 4 or 5 years ago, I started saying, I want to read stuff. I want to learn more. I want to grow my horizons. I want to like look past to see what else is out there. And I'm curious about a lot of things. So let's just start like reading everything from fiction to nonfiction to science books to business books to self-help books to, all the everything in between. And knowing I've been doing this, like all of a sudden now I just consider myself a reader. Like I never considered myself a reader before. Um, so I thought I'd put this together and sort of see who else comes along because maybe there's some people out there who don't consider themselves readers at all and have struggled with reading and writing before, and maybe they see this and think, hey, if he can do that, maybe I could sort of switch too, and maybe they just need a bit of accountability. um, and in the end it's more belief in yourself that you can do it, like some sort of motivation that changes internally. But if I can provide some external motivation before that internal one comes, before that drive hits, just to get you started, I think that'd be pretty cool. Plus, I just like all the stuff I read. I talk to my wife about it all the time, and she's not really into all the things that I'm into, which is fine, which is good. You don't want someone who's in the exact same mirror image of you. But I thought this would be a good outlet for me. One, I'm a big introvert. I sort of, stay within my own confines in a way. COVID's been doubly hard on that as well. But I figured, all right, let's put something out there that I love to do. I do it often, just naturally. I read. I wake up early in the morning. Like I was up today at 4 o'clock in the morning. Threw on one of the books that I'm reading, and 2 hours in, I almost finished the darn thing. And yeah. So if you're still watching this, stick around. It's gonna be, I think I'm gonna aim for like one book a month, super easy. All I'm gonna do is, post a little few things about like what the book is and maybe my takeaways from it. And I basically, the whole thing is simply just following along certain books if you like the topics we're doing, and if you need some motivation, some accountability, and some, I don't know, who knows where this sort of goes. Today is day 1, so we'll see what day 365 bring. All right, take care.